Welcome to Nothing is Obi South Texas Golf Podcast, episode 135. Tonight's special guest and co-host will be Mr. Swagoo, Mr. Swag himself, Mike Ostman. And also tonight, we will chop it up with the president of the Texas Golf Writers Association, one of the best golf writers out there, working for golf.com out there at the Masters, Mr. Art Stricklin. He's going to be on the show tonight to do a little bit of Q&A, talk a little bit of our Masters recap, talk about Big Scotty's win. And we're also going to talk about Vegas golf out there, some of the do's and don'ts as we head out for our trip next week right here. As usual, I want to thank my presenting sponsor, FOREBROS Golf Tour. Never golf alone again. If you don't have a home, FOREBROS Tour has a home for you. Make sure you check us out on Unknown Golf Facebook for schedules, events, all that good stuff. Also, you can check out www.nothingisob.com. I have a little tab over there for our FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again. Also, I want to thank my gold sponsor and FOREBROS Tour board member, Brad Eichens with Metal Stacks. It's a precious metals collectors club and has the lowest pricing for gold and silver coins, rounds, bars online. Make sure you hit up my boy Brad. They offer 3 different options. You can purchase silver and gold at retail. 2, you can join his club and purchase precious metals at either wholesale or at cost. Or 3, you can join Brad's team and earn free silver unlimited retail commissions and bonuses up to $16,000 per week. That pays for a good time in Vegas. A lot of rounds out there, especially with them greens fees going up. If I trust Brad, you should too. Make sure you text Nothing is Obi to Brad at 210-274-5894 to learn more. Also, you can hit up Brad at www.msbrad.com. If I trust Brad, you should too. All right, let's go ahead and bring on my special co-host tonight, my boy, like I said, Mr. Swag himself, Mike Ostman. What's up, my brother? How we doing today?
What's going on, brother?
I'm ready,
life.
man.
Life is good.
Hey, I know life is good for you, man. I mean, shoot, dude. You get invited to the lab, you get invited to all the top courses, all the golf trips. I mean, I just want to live your life just for one day.
Look, I'm here for the people. I'm a speaker for the people, of the people, by the people.
Hey, bro, you know what? You're like the people's golf champ. I like to say that's me, but it's really you, right?
Yeah. I do what I can.
All right, man. So, hey, great week. I mean, everybody always says it's the greatest week of the year, right? That last week, Masters. Now, was it everything you hoped it was going to be?
Yeah, I mean, starting just straight from Monday, I was like, you get your Masters stuff laid out for the weekend. You try to look at your outfits you're going to wear when you go golfing and everything. And then, I mean, for me, just the hype of, I was just watching the Golf Channel. Just seeing the coverage, checking out the course and the layouts and hearing the rumors that, supposedly are going around the Masters. Like, I get hyped for it, man. And really, since this whole big split between LIV and the PGA, I don't get that excited about any of the big tour or tournaments. But the Masters is just, it's just something else. And so from Monday all the way until the Par 3 tournament on Wednesday, and then the tournament came out, man, I was just like, I was a fat kid in a candy shop.
Well, I agree with that. I look at it as it's like a 2-weeker, right? The way I look at it is, you have Valero Open.
Yeah.
It's my wife gives me a world. It's like a golf hall pass, right? And I think you saw the pictures of me. Everybody was babysitting me. I was knocked out. I was a little fat kid in a freaking car seat in the back of everyone's freaking vehicles, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just living. I'm living, my best life out there, which was a great tournament. To see, Akshay Bhatia, out there go into. I mean, we're on our way to the Spurs game right there. We're over here, bumper to bumper traffic, going to go see Wemby play. They're at what is it? The Frost? What is the center? What is it called?
Frost Bank Center. Yeah.
Is it still called Frost Bank Center?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You're a season ticket holder, bro. You're supposed to know these things.
Yeah, Frost Bank.
And so we're there in bumper to bumper, and what are we all like? We got 3 phones out there watching the freaking Valero go into extra holes right there. So I think you got a 2-week span of some great and amazing golf, and I think there was just a lack of drama there at the end. I think as we talk a little bit of Masters, we're going to have Art Stricklin on. Art was at Augusta covering it. He lives in Dallas. And so, he always he's got the inside scoop on Scotty Scheffler, and I'm hoping, hoping there's a little bit of dirt, there's a little bit of juice, a little hoogle on Scotty, and because this dude, I don't know if he's living clean right now. I don't know if he's living that clean.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, what he heard from around the Masters, and honestly, I want to get with him because every time you watch the Golf Channel and you hear them talking about Liv, you got that freaking one guy on there. I can't stand who he is, but he's always having to talk smack about Liv and Patrick Reed. Can't remember what his name was, but I want to know if like the players, if there's actually this animosity between the players, or is this just a media buildup? Does everyone really hate Bryson? I know everyone already hates Patrick Reed, but do they really hate Bryson?
We need some villains. We need
some
villains.
We do.
And I think that's what the PGA events are lacking. And if you saw the stats, I think the Masters was down, I think, close to 20% of viewership from the previous years. Yeah, it's crazy, right? So right here, let's go ahead and read out. We got a couple of comments right there. Thank you, everybody, for commenting right here. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Brad Eishen's right here. Gold sponsor of the Nothing Is OB South Texas Golf Podcast. The Masters mobile app is awesome. Thank you, Brad. Man, this is great right here. Because I think he had so many people in SA Golfers, which is, if you're not from here in San Antonio, that is kind of like the homepage for like golfers and kind of get all our cheese and everything, right? Is that everyone's always asking where's a good place to go watch the tournament. And one thing I stated is that because, if you've ever wanted to just say leave work early and go watch the Masters, you couldn't watch it until the national broadcast because a lot of these places, they don't stream. A lot of these places have Spectrum or cable or whatever services, right? Dish Network, DirecTV, whatever you want to call it. And they can't play it until there is the direct national broadcast. Yeah. So the mobile app, the Masters mobile app, allows you to see all the coverage that the national broadcast does not show.
Yeah, and I think that's what I love. I think they do that for all of the majors. I know you can watch the U.S. Open on their website and the British Open, all that stuff. So, probably because those majors are not technically associated with the PGA Tour, they're standalone. They can invite their own people, I believe, all of them, or maybe it's just the Masters. But you're able to get that interaction and be able to watch it. Whether it's just the featured groups or Amen's Corner. That's awesome. I could just watch Amen's Corner the whole time.
We'll see right there. And Brad goes again right there. Shot by shot coverage of every player. And so I think the Masters does it just a little bit different, maybe just a little bit better right here. My dog right here. Our FOREBROS right there, Paul Sharp, boys, yeah, Paul. And Steve Chavez. Steve, man, I'm meeting with him tomorrow night. And this is another question I have right here. I'm meeting him tomorrow night because he picked up some gear for me. He was at the Masters. My dog right here, Steven Chavez from Chingo's Golf right here. My boy. We're meeting tomorrow at a secret location to exchange the polos and a Masters gnome that he got for me. So right here, total media buildup. All the guys were talking, and I think that's how it is. These guys, I think at the end of the day, it's a job, right? It's still a job. I mean, these guys get to play the game we want to play, but I think they all understand that it's a business. And I think as Rory, you hear Rory's tone a lot more, like lessening up, lessening up on that live, and especially after Rahm left. I think a lot of these guys are having that same mindset as, hey, get your money, boy. Get your money.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Speaking of the Masters and being there, I had a buddy who lives in Port St. Lucie at PGA Villages, and he somehow met somebody that was in charge of the security for the Masters, and he ended up getting a job to work the Masters as just a security check guy or whatever. They paid him, I think it was a little over minimum wage, but they gave you a free hotel and free food while you were there and everything. You just got to be at the Masters. I was like, you need to let me know next year because I will fly out there just to go. I don't even care how long I got to work just to be able to experience the Masters.
Was he the guy that slid and kicked out Tiger's leg from under him in 2019 or what?
No, not that guy.
But. Well, shoot, man. All right. So as we talk Masters recap right here, I was looking for just some drama on Sunday drama, and what it seemed like is that Scotty had a little bit of that Tiger in him and when I say Tiger in him is that Tiger would just kind of be like the steady ship and watch everybody just kind of fall at the wayside, which is what it was looking like. It was looking like Morikawa, like Scotty was too much for Morikawa. Listening to other podcasts and reading some articles online, is that Morikawa was just like, yeah, this dude has to be playing better. He's freaking hitting 8-iron, and I'm over here. He's hitting 8-iron to a green, and I'm hitting freaking 5-iron to a green. Of course, his 8-iron is going to stick a lot more than my 5-iron. Then you had Max Homa, talking about being a dog and freaking, showing like a little puppy. You know what I mean? And then you had people saying, got Max Homa, enthusiast and sympathizer saying, oh, he needs to be in these positions. And I totally agree. I agree in that sense. You need to be more in those pressure packed situations. But man, I just thought Max was it seemed like he played super conservative that whole Sunday round. And I was hoping Max was just gonna just lay it out there and just swing it.
Yeah, I was hoping to too. And when I seen Colin Morikawa make a move on Saturday, I was like, okay, here we go. Here's the kind of, head-to-head powerhouses that are going to go, and we're going to see, it's going to be a battle down to the end. But I think honestly, where it was probably won is on that Saturday when Scotty shot 1 under, and I think he had a double and 5 bogeys, and he still shot 1 under. It was just like that was what Tiger would do. He would not fall apart, let everyone come back to him on Saturday, and he's just there on Sunday. And it's just like, I think he's starting to get that aura about him where it's just like, it's getting in people's head mentally. He's not going to falter. He's not going to let himself emotionally get too wound up and take himself out and make a bad spot. He's almost like a robot, man. He's just going to be there. And it's just, the dominance is just amazing. It's kind of Tiger-like, I think.
Is it overfilling? Is that what it is? It's like, is it over flooding? It's that I think it's pouring over to these guys where they feel like they don't have a chance right here. Okay. So we got Steve Chavez right here. Homa and Colin looked at the scoreboard on 12 and it choked up, but you see this, you've seen this regularly. This was what happened in 2019 with Tiger. I mean, yes, you did have Francesco Molinari on hole 11, the previous hole kind of screwed things up, but it kind of changed at 12, where Finau went in the water, where, Molinari went in the water, and Tiger just gets up there, 2 putts, gets his par, and gets the hell out of there. Yeah. And right here, Homa took a chance on 12 and messed it up. Yeah, it hit hard. It hit hard off his tee shot off of 12, the par 3. Hit hard off that back part of the green, and it went into the bushes, and he had to take an unplay, or not even, like, I think it was a lost ball. He couldn't find it.
Yeah, but I don't think that they gave it to Scotty. I mean, Scotty still shot 4 under. That was one of the lowest rounds of the day on a Sunday. I mean, Scotty definitely went out there and won it. Those guys, they took themselves out of the running, around 12. But I mean, Scotty didn't let up. He kept on going for it.
I totally agree. I think there was a little bit of there was a little bit of some comfort. There's some comfort, but you know what? Also, he did not let his foot off the gas. That's one thing. He had guys laying up, trying to go get on in 4, to try to putt for bird on some of these par 5s. And no, what was he doing? I'm telling you, this dude was swinging dick out there. I mean, he was getting on in 2 putting for birdie. And it always seems like the Masters, the tail is always, how can you score on those par 5s, right? I think Rory for the freaking weekend had a horrible par 5.
I don't think he even birdied any of the par 5s on the back 9.
Man, it was just freaking. We got some comments right here. Rudy Hyman's right here. We shut down Rock and G Grill on Masters Sunday. If Ray Garza had to keep his bartender there and employees there a little bit later, well, then that's how you know it was a good outing. All right, because Ray likes to close. Man, he likes to close early on Sundays. I know Ray likes to. Right here, Paul Sharp. Rudy, my liver hated you on Monday. I saw you rocking this Oakberry sweet ass mulligan hat out there. Where did they go afterwards? Where did they go, Mike?
Where did they go?
Oh man,
that's a good question. Might have been all those locals. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Paul Sharp looked like he fit right in though. He looked like I barely noticed.
Him and Brad, I think, got engaged wherever they were.
Again.
Again.
Right here. Homa, not a dog. Man, he had a little bit of bite. I mean, he
has to get over. He has to come up big in one of them. I think once he comes up big on a Sunday in one of these majors or these huge elevated events, something's gonna click, and it's gonna, mentally he'll get over it. He just has to get in them positions more.
I I am in total agreement with that because I think as a coach, you have to put your players in those pressure pack situations, and that's why you play in some tournaments. You play in against different squads, to give yourselves a different look and to maybe even lose, But that's it's not a loss if you learn. Right
Yeah.
here, my boy Scott Williams, right here, the bomb Eagle on 13 did it. I mean, getting the Eagle on that Sunday, and again, I think people were falling the wayside because I think they played with a lot of pressure. Scotty was carefree, and I think this is what is going to be difficult for everybody else moving forward. Is that they're talking about it? This dude is comfortable in his swing. He's comfortable in his faith. He's loving life. So I think so. Some of the analysts are saying, what is the fatherhood? Maybe the thing that hopefully these other guys are hoping that those late nights, feeding diapers, baby crying, are those the things that maybe are going to get to him where they can level the playing field a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, I love him. I mean, he's great. The only thing that annoys me is he doesn't show any emotion out there. He's just like, oh, yep. He puts his head down. He controls his breathing. He doesn't get excited, and then he wins. And it's just like, all right, okay, I guess. All right, there's another one. It's just like there's no personality there like Tiger had when he would win. He get the fist pump. He gets riled up during the round. Like if Scotty could do that, and that's some must-see TV stuff. That's what's going to get a little more ratings, I think.
In that sense, I agree, but man, I think it's just prior to him winning all these tournaments, I think it's just kind of annoying watching him. I mean, he's so lethargic. He's long. He's lanky.
At least
he takes slow. He takes like it's slow watching him. It's slow.
At least he's not as annoying as Cantley.
Oh man,
Cantley's the worst,
dude. I like if I were Brooks, I'd be so pissed because I think Brooks had every opportunity to win last year, but he did not, because Cantley was the group in front of him, and man, Brooks was so pissed off because it got him out of his rhythm.
Yeah,
right here, Steve Chavez. This is a good question right here, Steve. Would you have left if your wife went into labor? Now, okay, is it when would you say, like a Thursday or Friday, or if a Saturday? I think even my wife Sunday, look, okay, so great question, Steve. Let me put it to you this way. Hold on. Let me tell you the story real quick, Mike, before you answer this question. It was my wife was pregnant with my first daughter. I'm at my new school that I've been at for 16 years. Well, 16 years ago. We are about to have our first scrimmage, right? Our first football scrimmage. My wife texts me, "Hey, my water broke." And I'm over here freaking out. I tell the coaches, "Hey guys, y'all go to the scrimmage without me, making sure everything's packed, whatever," right? My wife calls me, said, "Hey babe, you saw my text, right?" And I said, "Yeah, no shit, I saw your text." She goes, "Don't worry about it. I'm good. Go to the scrimmage, come afterwards." And I'm over here like, man, you are a freaking G. Like, my wife is a football coach's daughter, so like, hey, this ain't her first rodeo. She knows what's up. But I'm just telling you, this is what she tells me. She goes, "Babe, go to your scrimmage. Come see me afterwards. I'll probably still be in labor. Don't worry about it." Yeah. That's what I'm saying, right? She's like, "Hey, don't worry. I won't let her out." And I'm just like, I'm over here like, I tell my principal this. We're in a meeting, and I tell my principal that my wife's water broke. And he goes, "You need to leave." And I said, "No," I said, "She's good. She even told me to go. She even told me to go. She even told me. Well, you know what? I failed, I guess. Or, you know what? Or I passed.
Wait, so you stayed?
No, I'm in the meeting, and then my principal's like, "You need to go. Take off. You need to go." And so it's like, "Are you sure?" He goes, "Yes, get out of here," right? So I take off. And then my wife's like, "Babe, I thought you weren't going to come until after your scrimmage."
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I guess
that's a good woman.
It would depend. Is it my first kid or is it my third kid? Probably in either situation, I still wouldn't have left. If I've been running for the Masters, I mean, we can have another kid next year. It's fine. I'm sure that she's going to have plenty of family there. She's going to be surrounded by the people that love her. I'll be there in a few hours.
And I was thinking about that too. Like if Scotty's wife goes into labor, you'd have to have an Augusta themed name for the child, right? Like Sergio's daughter, her name is Azalea, right? Like,
yep.
If it was a boy, would you call him, Augusta, like, or August or whatever? I mean, like Augustus, or like, what would you?
John Daly, Arnold Palmer.
Hey, Dogwood.
Dogwood. No, pimento cheese sandwich.
Pimento. Middle name Pimento, right?
Yeah,
Middle name
yeah,
or if it's a girl, Georgia or
yeah,
Peach, I mean, I don't know, right?
yeah.
So right here, okay, we got some more comment. We got some more comments right here. Let's see right here. Lackland, Leo Camarillo, Lackland Tuesday, Vegas Wednesday,
I'm in. I'm in.
Zaddy. All right, I think we're both in. All right, guys, let me go ahead and bring in the man, the myth, president of the Texas Golf Writers Association. This guy is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Our man, Art Stricklin. Art,
Hey,
Hey.
how
are
you
you
doing?
hiding? I was gonna say, man, are you hiding in the closet?
That's it. That's the only place they'll let me go is the closet.
Hey, Art,
Good to be.
right here. Let me introduce. Oh, I'm sorry. Go for it. Go for it. Go ahead.
I said I'm glad to be with you guys all the way from Houston.
All the way from Houston, right there. Art, this is my man, special co-host tonight, Michael Ostman.
Yeah, how's it going, Art?
Michael, you need to find better people to hang out with.
I know, but you know what? I love the little bugger.
All right, Art. So tell us right here before we get into some Masters talk. Nelly Corda going for her 5th win, right? Going for potential
right
5th
in a
win.
row. 5th win in a row.
How do you think her odds are looking out there at Carlton Woods?
Well, I mean, certainly no one's got more confidence in her, and no one's got more thing. The other thing is, Andy, is that if she wins this week, automatically puts her in the World Golf Hall of Fame. So they would give her enough points to qualify for the World Golf Hall of Fame. So really, she's motivated not only to win, but to achieve golf immortality with the World Golf Hall of Fame. So I think, I like her chance. I mean, it's a great field, obviously. A lot of good players are here. The Koreans are always tough. Obviously, Michelle Wee's here and Lydia Ko and Stacy Lewis, who lives in the Woodland. So it's a stacked field, but I like Nellie's chances this week.
All right, Art. Have you ever had a chance to play that course out there?
Yeah, Carter Woods. I've played it several times.
Oh man, I only played the Fazio course, not the Nicholas.
Yeah, they're both really good. I think if I was gonna join a place in Houston, they said you pick it and we'll pay for it. I think Carlton Woods would probably be my choice.
All right. So we got some Masters talk right here. We got some questions. Mike, you got a question for Art in regards to Masters?
Yeah, so I guess being there and actually hearing things that the media and the players are talking about, and not just what you see on the Golf Channel or whatever. Like, is there really this huge animosity between the live guys and the PGA players, and not just what Chambly is saying, and everyone hates each other and we're not talking anymore? Is there still that animosity, or is it kind of settled down since Rahm has moved over and you got a little more stuff?
I think really, Michael, it's settled down a little bit. I mean, because even Rory has said, one thing I've learned from this whole situation is that people can make their own choices. And, maybe it's right for them. Maybe it's not right for me. I mean, Rory said yesterday in Hilton Head, I'm going to play the rest of my career on the PGA Tour. But that doesn't mean that Rahm made a bad decision, or Bryson, or Dustin, or any of those guys. What is right for you? I mean, Andy might go to work for, Brand X if they gave him $600 million to make the switch.
I'll do whatever it takes. Hey, I'm not like Max Homa. I'm a dog, and I will work wherever. I will work wherever. All right, Art.
But I think that But one thing, and Brandon Chambly brought this up. That's a great point. The guys on the Web Tour do not have as many reps, not as many rounds of golf, and they're not used to playing 72 holes. So, a lot of those guys did not do well on Sunday. Is that the only reason? I don't think that's the only reason, but certainly it is a reason. Jon Rahm played 36 rounds of golf, competitive golf, before he played the 2023 Masters. Jon Rahm has played 14 rounds of golf going into 2024 major. I think it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Well, I think in the difference it seems like it really made was, it looks like Brooks needed the time. Last year Brooks needed the time off, and so he was able to contend a little bit more. But Rom, it seems like it's affecting Rom a lot more than maybe it does others, right? Maybe it has, and I think that was the thing, is that it looks like they say that this was. Tell me, Art, if this was a bigger win for PGA than, I guess, like in the whole battle between them and Liv.
Yeah, I think it was a big win for the PGA. I mean, because, I've had people tell me what Scotty Scheffler was offered to go to Live Golf, and it's an incredible amount, but they all turned it down. Texas guys turned it down because, as you guys know, Texas is tough. They don't mess around with all these funny money. But, I mean, Will Zalatoris is hurt. He got offered money from Liv. Scotty obviously has, and Jordan Spieth, and you just each his own. Cootie, Parker Cootie was offered $6 million for 3 years. Now that's not life-changing money, but he just said, "I want to beat the best in the world, and I'm not going to do that on Live Golf. Doesn't matter how much money." He said, "I would have money in my pocket, sitting on the couch, wishing I was playing with my friends." And if you heard John Rahm speak last week in the media center, I think you heard a little bit of that. I think he is missing that.
I agree right there. We got a lot of people chatting it up right here. Are you going to be in the house for Live Golf that is headed to Houston?
Yeah, I would definitely be there for that.
What are some of the things?
I will too.
Yeah, we will all be there, Art. All right, we will all be there. We better get together, Art. All right, that's all I'm going to say.
We'll bow to the east in Mecca all at one time. It'll be a great.
All right, right here. So are we witnessing what is, I guess, like a Tiger-like dominance from Scotty? Is there anybody that can cool him down?
Boy, it doesn't seem like it. I had a great point. I wish I had been the one that thought about this, but I'll steal from someone else. Watching Scotty Scheffler play golf is like watching Pete Sampras or Roger Federer play tennis. Very little emotion, but they never sweat. They never seem to be trying super hard. We're always just going to wear you down at the end. And that's very Scotty Scheffler-like right there.
Was there any other rumors or anything going around when you were there in Augusta? Was there anything that came to light, or that you media guys were talking about?
Well, yeah, the biggest rumor was I going to have 3 egg salad sandwiches or just 2? And how many sandwiches could I have? You talk about inflation, you talk about shrinkflation, you're talking about Bidenomics. Let me just tell you something. The peach ice cream sandwiches are bigger than they used to be. I mean, that's a full slab of ice cream, 2 big cookies. I mean, I had a hard time finishing one, much less.
I think you could do that though when you're making. I think you could do that though when you're making $800K to $1 million an hour at the merch tents every day.
Yeah, that's crazy. I asked somebody. I said, "What's the craziest number you've heard at the merch tent?" She goes, "Somebody spent $34,000 on Monday." Jeez. Monday, $34,000.
I think I seen that guy trying to hack his stuff on Facebook Marketplace for triple the price.
Well, did you see somebody got busted? And I didn't quite catch the whole story, but there was some guy that he was busted with all of this Masters merch that he was trying to, I guess, I don't know if it's fake Masters merch or whatever, but he was trying to pawn off some merch. I got to find a little bit more about that, but they busted some guy, and I think he was just trying to pawn off some fake Masters merch.
Well, somebody told me, we visited a couple of the hospitality houses with some of the people I had come on an Arctic Golf travel trip, and they said that the limit that Augusta put in later in the week was $3,500. If you purchase more than $3,500 worth of items, they considered you just a reseller, not a thing. And so they really drew a hard line at 3,500. Which, if you've ever been there, anyone who has, the stuff is not overpriced. It is not over the top. It's the volume that they just do. The volume is incredible, but you still get hats for 25. You still get shirts for 50 or 60. I mean, like everything at Augusta. It's not overpriced. It's just the volume you can do.
There we go. Okay, right here, my man Paul Sharp right here. The guy who was busted was a former Augusta employee. He's going away for a long time, so I think he might have had maybe some stolen. He was trying to pawn off some stolen merch.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Right here. Okay, so I got one. Tell me, go for it, Art.
No, I just said you can't mess with the words of Augusta. You can have
right. Yeah. Right. I mean, so people have lost their tickets and stuff over less, right?
Oh, what less? I'm talking to a guy today that's here with the Golf Superintendent Association of America, and Class A PGA pros get a free ticket to the Masters, and Class A golf course superintendents get a free ticket to the Masters as well. He said 16 members of the Golf Course Superintendent Association of America have been permanently banned from the Masters for very. I mean, what do you have to do to get permanently banned from the Masters? Probably not a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah.
If anybody knows anything about getting banned from courses, I think I should know, right? Right here. So I got Steve Chavez right here. One of my buddies was there. He said he saw a guy spend $10K in the merch shop, and he said that he has a golf shop.
Yeah, anyone spending that much is just trying to resell. I mean, it is what it is.
Bad.
Everyone has FOMO, fear of missing out, because they can only get it at Augusta, and if you're there, the people who get to go there, it's all privilege. There's only so many spots, so that stuff. I mean, you should see eBay right now.
Yeah, and so don't run, don't have a self. I think I may have told Andy this story, but then Michael, I was at the Masters about 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm sitting on the stands behind the practice range, just watching guys hit balls and everything, and they're all hitting them great. And I look down, and the guy next to me has a cell phone. And I had no idea how he got in the gate. And I don't know this guy. But my first thought was, I guess they're going to think I'm with this guy. And they're going to. And I jumped up as fast as I could and moved about 3 sections over. And I over there out of the corner of my eye, 3 police officers surrounded this guy. They escorted him out.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, Art. As we kind of wind down your time here, and I appreciate you being on tonight. What is one of your most favorite things to do when you get there to the Masters?
I always pay homage to Amen Corner. I think that's great. I took my dad there when we went back in '95, and always go to Amen Corner. Always check that out. But I got to tell you, man, I'm a sucker for the egg salad. Love me some good egg salad. I'm not a pimento guy, but I do love me some good egg salad. And they straws this year, you can't go wrong with cheese straws. And, like we already mentioned, the peach ice cream sandwich definitely is bigger than it's been in the past. So that's a really good thing to do. I mean, I love to see the guys skipping on 16. I think that's cool. And then the par 3 course is really great because people bring their families, they bring their kids or wives. But, the winner of a par 3, the winner of the par 3 tournament has never, ever won the Masters tournament. Same year he won that. Once again, Ricky Fowler wins the par 3 tournament this year, misses the cut at the Masters. Yeah. I'm telling you, if I'm hitting in the water on 9 as fast as human.
Right? Yeah, he's like, I'm not going home with that clear trophy. I want the other one. Right? One more question right here. Paul Sharp. Art, do you get the egg salad on rye?
I have, yeah, I've got an egg salad white, but there's nothing wrong with what egg salad on white bread. I mean, now I've seen people that mix sandwiches before. You can get the ham and cheese on rye, mix that with egg salad.
Oh.
I mean, but you got to be creative. But the thing is that you're going to give them a $10 bill. They're still going to give you change back, so you can mix it up any way you want to. It's a when the beers are $4, the drinks are $1.50. The sandwiches $1.50. Master's Moon Pie's $1. But it's just amazing that there's no labels on anything. So your choices when you go get some to drink are cola, diet cola, and lemonade. Well, anybody that grew up in the South like I did knows that cola is Coca-Cola because that's
yeah.
drink in the South. But heaven forbid they would put Coca-Cola on that. It's only cola and diet Coca. And that's what makes it such a unique experience. They could charge more. They could make it modern. They could put all fancy modern scoreboard, video replay system all around the course. They got the money to do it. They got technology to do it. They don't do it because they want to keep that tradition alive.
And I think that's beautiful. Mike, do you have any last questions for our man Art?
No, I think I'm good. I'll if you got a +1 for next year, Art, you just let me know.
Well, I took 6 guys this year. A couple guys from San Antonio. Guy owns 5-6 restaurants, Wafagata and Dominion, other places,
Okay.
Fairmont. And they had a great time, but all came through my company. So if you're thinking about going to the 2025 Masters, all the details are on www.theartofgolftravel.com. Theart.com. All the
That's
details
our man right there.
Start out a list for 2025 Masters.
Oh, hey, there you go, right there. There you have it. If you want to make your way to Augusta, right there, Art is the man. I'll make sure to put your website, Art, in the show notes. All right. Very last thing.
Yeah.
Do you consider it stolen valor if somebody wears a Masters polo and they have the little Masters flag and walking around? Do you consider that stolen valor?
If they haven't been to the Masters.
If they have not been to the Masters.
Yeah, that's a great question. I like that, Andy. I heard that. I think it depends who gave it to you. If your dad gave it to you, if your brother gives it to you, then I could cut them some slack on that. But yeah, if you bought it from Joe's golf shop on the internet, definitely stolen valor. You can't feel good about yourself. So who gave you the item? Was it a family member? Then yeah, go ahead and wear it because it's family. But you bought it on the internet, you just hide your head in shame on that.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm getting, my dogs are barking right now. I'm getting a couple posts from one of my friends, man.
Don't
so
worry, man.
it's breaking my heart, because I think the biggest thing is because you have to have the story behind the flag, right? You have to have the story. Am I right?
No doubt about it. And again, I mean, I brought my dad some stuff. I took my dad to the Masters. My brother's birthday's in April. Always get him Master stuff when I'm there. So if it's family, I cut you some slack. But if it's just internet, no slack cut, and you better hang your head in shame.
Andy, you can wear your Master stuff when you put out your Master's gnome in your front yard.
There we go. Well, you know what? Steve got one. Look, and thank you right here, Steve. Art, hey, Andy, you're my primo. He's my cousin. Yeah, right there you go, right there. All right, that's my man, Art Stricklin, one of the best golf writers out there, especially in the state. Thank you, Art, so much for being on the show tonight, brother. So appreciate your time.
I will, assuming I survive Houston, I'll be back with you soon.
All right, man, my man. That's Art. Hey, you have a good night, brother.
Thanks a lot.
See, okay, you know what? Art broke my heart right there, dude. I was hoping that he would say, no, you can wear it, right? Because, you know what? Because the guys from Barstool were talking about that, right, on Foreplay. And I'm like, of course you're going to say it's stolen valor because shit, like y'all are privileged. You're rich. you have access to this stuff. Okay, of course you can say that. I mean, because that it's and consider that stolen valor, to not be able to wear Masters polo. But I'm like, shit, what about like the commoners, like the rest of us? Now, as a gift from somebody else, or hey, like what I did, giving Steven money to get me a couple. I don't know. What do you think? Could you let that slide, Mike?
Look, I don't really care what you wear. If you look good, you look good. If whatever makes you feel better, Dusty. I'm here for the people. I'm here to motivate you and make you feel good in our little bubble as we're on the course.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that if it was one of your friends, I guess maybe you cut him some slack. But what if it was somebody that maybe you despised, or maybe that you could give two shits about?
That's a good call. Yeah, no, fuck them guys.
Well, I'm telling you, right? So I'm looking. I said, you know what? I heard everything was cheaper there at Augusta, so I'm kind of doing the math, and I said, I sent Steven like $300. I said, give me 2 polos. I'm over here like this first. Give me 2 polos, a quarter zip, and a gnome. And then I'm talking to Ray Garza, who was there last year. He goes, no, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough money.
Those gnomes are expensive.
Well, shoot, man, I only got a mini, but I'm excited about it. And even Ray Garza told me, he goes, hey, try to get the bigger gnomes. But he said they're the ones that go first. And that's the same thing Steven told me. But I'm going to be pissed off if he's flaunting a big-ass gnome, in his background, and I'm over here with like a damn little keychain.
I was going to say, when I picked you up the other day for the Spurs game, I was like, you know what would go perfect in this yard right here? A fucking Masters gnome.
Well, see,
there you go. You got one coming.
So we have Cowboys gnome. We have a UTSA gnome. We have a gnome that just has our last name on it. And so, right here, okay, Paul Sharp, what if you're a Cowboys fan and never seen them win a Super Bowl? Oh, shit, Paul, I'm blocking you right now, Paul. Stop. You just shanked me, and, man, now you're turning it. You're turning it right there. Damn. Steve Chavez, he said they were sold out, bro.
Typical response. He just didn't have enough room on the flight back to carry it.
Right here. Now he goes, no, but my wife was pissed. It didn't get one for myself. Oh, hold on. He got one for me, but not himself.
Dang.
You know what? Hey.
That's okay. A good friend right there.
Right. That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, he's moving up. You're moving up the block right there. All right. Okay. So right here, Mike, as we talk about our Masters recap right here, what's one of the players that maybe you were really disappointed that they didn't, or were you disappointed in their showing?
Probably Rory. Like I was kind of feeling like he was going to kind of get over the hump and do well. They had him before the broadcast is coming on Thursday. They had him in the streaming and the featured group and everything, and he just couldn't kind of put it together. Stuck around there for a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know if he's got some mental stuff going on when it comes to Augusta, or if there's some other stuff going on. But I was like, dang, I want to see him win the Masters. But I feel like he deserves to win the Masters. He's got to put it together, and I just don't know what that hurdle is.
I freaking love Rory. I love Roars. He's one of the Nike guys. He is a Nike guy. Mm-hmm. I'm just happy that he was able to kind of put all the PGA live stuff kind of behind him. Yeah. Tell Jay Monahan, hey, you know what? This is your show now. Mm-hmm. And I think he was pretty much the whipping boy for that whole hate.
Jay Monahan kind of threw him out there to hang after he went to become the CEO or whatever for the whole major corporation in charge of both of them. Now he just left him out there.
and I think that's the thing. And I think he's put that behind him. It was great to see him at Valero. I mean, he's a frequent player at Valero. He wasn't here the previous year. He was here this year, which is great to see. And I'm hoping he kind of finds. I think he needs to get some of that swag back that he had. And I think you can tell, like, I don't think he has that body language that I am the best. I am here. I mean, he says that all the time. He said, he always says, I feel like I'm the best. And I want him to get that career Grand Slam. I really do.
Yeah, I think he'll get his swagger back once the the RBC Canadian Open comes back around. He dominates the course. You just need to get that one, and then that's like right before the FedEx Cup, and then he'll be in there. But
he likes the back. He backdoors a lot of like top tens. He really he's the master. Yeah. He's the master of the backdoor top tens. But I really hope to see him again up there.
I was a little disappointed in that. Honestly, I was actually glad that Tiger finished his round and didn't have to drop out because of his injury and everything. Dude. Even though it was very painful to watch that last day, I'm glad that he stuck it out, because honestly, I had a lot of questions most of the time. Every time he drops out on Saturday, it's because there's zero contention there, and it's just like, are you dropping out because you're going to be in last place, or are you dropping out because you're hurt? And I think he answered that, at the Masters by finishing it, even though he came in last or close to last. He didn't, take the easy way and try to say, oh, I got the bird flu or my leg's hurting or something like that.
No, and I know, and it was tough. It's tough to watch like your hero, right, kind of struggle and suffer, right? It's tough, and I so like concur with you in regards to him thinking he's going to quit. You feel like it's on the verge, right? Oh, it's this hole. After this hole, after this shot, he's going to walk off. But I think in that sense, I don't think Tiger's ever one of those guys that's gonna quit Augusta. Like, I think he's gonna push through.
If there's anyone he's gonna finish, it's that one. He doesn't matter.
He's gonna push through. He's gonna battle out. But I love what he said afterwards. That you know what? Hey, it's a great sign that he finished. That he finished the whole freaking 4 days. And I think he's only, and I'm hopeful that he's only going to get stronger. He's only going to get better, because the dude's still the needle. The freaking guys were talking about it, and they were talking shit about it. That like, okay, guys, Tiger's freaking plus 15, but we still have the cameras. The cameras are still on.
The biggest crowd on the course besides the last couple groups. It's just like, it don't matter when he tees off, everyone's following him still.
Oh man, yeah, dude, and it just, I mean, he's still the man. I really hope. Do you think he will ever get another major?
I don't know. It's going to be tough. I mean, the young talent out there, Scotty is just unbelievable. Do I think that Tiger can go toe-to-toe with Scotty at right now, where Scotty's not even in his prime yet? I mean, I don't see how it could contend. It's going to be tough. Maybe it's one of those, they're playing a Bethpage Black or one of these tough U.S. Open courses, and he sticks around, and it's like a 1 or 2 under type tournament, and he's right there, and people fall off like they did in the past, maybe. But I don't see it happening at the Masters anymore. Maybe in in the British Open, where they have these courses and they're playing under conditions, and he has that experience of knowing how to play in these conditions. Maybe
that is something I heard. Maybe they're at Troon, right? They said said possibly at Troon, because hey, you can hit a freaking 250-yard drive, and it's gonna carry it's gonna roll out about 80 to 100 yards, right? So that could be the equalizer right there. Let's go ahead and read a couple comments right here. I got Scott Williams right here. Kapka got my respect back for not wearing any live gear at the Masters. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. I mean, Kapka marches to the beat of his own drum.
Yeah, I guess when I hear people that say, "Oh, they got my respect back because they didn't wear this or they didn't wear that," I mean, if you're basing your respect on what a guy wears, I mean, that's a little questionable right there. To me, in my eyes, I don't care what you wear. I mean, look at what Jason Day was wearing, but they told him to change that sweater that had like some logos on it and everything. Like, I don't even know how you understand Jason sign off and say, "Hey,
Jason Day's having some midlife golf wear crisis." I'm not a big. You know what? Okay. I mean, you are the swag master. I mean, you rock swag from head to toe. I mean, you got the clubs, you got the bag, you got the head covers, you got the chones, you got the thong, the swag thong, you got it all. Like, what do you feel? How do you feel about that whole, I guess, urban golf wear movement? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's different. I feel like, honestly, the only people who get offended by anything I might wear or live guys wearing shorts are mostly senior citizens that are white guys that are used to this country club mentality. That's probably a really bad, kind of stereotype to put, but it's just an older generation that isn't up with changing. Is it growing the game? Maybe, I don't know, but it's just not the same as it has been, and people get stuck on, hey, oh, they're disrespecting the game or whatever. To me, I don't understand it, but I'm very open minded on, do what you do. If as long as it looks right, it looks okay. It's not offensive. Who cares? It's just wearing stuff.
In that sense, I agree with that. Like, do you, right? Do you, boo boo, right? Rock what you rock, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think for me is that I think like the biggest thing in regards to like the style movement is I still like, if you're gonna go to a nicer course, wear nicer clothes,
Yeah,
right? If you're gonna go to a nicer course, if you're gonna go play 9 at Oak Valley or freaking Riverside or even San Pedro, and you want to rock a t-shirt and shorts, hey, I think that is the perfect place to
know your
do
audience.
that. Yeah, there you go. Know your audience, know your surroundings, and I think you're gonna go play 9 holes at a par 3. Okay, t-shirt, shorts, right? I mean, okay, right? It's a super casual. Agree with that, but I'm not a big fan of right here, Scott Williams, MC Hammer pants.
Hey man,
I don't know.
I have some MC Hammer type knickers that
I believe you.
Bust out. Actually, when we go to Vegas, I'll be wearing my John Daly pants out there.
So right, so right there. Okay, so you brought up Vegas. We're going to be heading out to Vegas with some of our boys, with Rudy, Mike, with Leo, Big Sex. We're going to be going out there next week. We're going to be playing a couple rounds. We're going to be playing at Desert Pines out there in Las Vegas and the Las Vegas Golf Club. Man, what is it about Vegas that just when someone says, hey, want to come? Because you didn't hesitate. I asked you, like, I mean, because even Mike, I got a late invite from Mike, and Mike's like, we need one more. You were like the guy that popped into my mind. I said, you know what? I was like, you know what? I need somebody that's fun, that's down, that probably wants to enjoy themselves out there. What is it just about Vegas that just makes you want to rearrange shit to make it happen?
Yeah, it's probably just the debauchery. Just doing whatever. I mean, I lived in Barstow, California for 3 years. So I was an hour and a half from Vegas. So I was there all the time. I mean, I just think the idea of Vegas is awesome. I am Vegas. Like, hey, you want to stay up till 5 a.m. and go to strip clubs or whatever, and then we have to golf and tee off at 7:30. Yeah, let's do it. I'm there. It doesn't just matter. It doesn't matter if it's a Tuesday or a Friday night. Every night is a Friday night. There's no, at least when I go, there's no schedule besides when I have to be at my tee time. I have no other schedule. I can do whatever, whenever, with whoever. It doesn't matter to me. And that's just how I am kind of here too. It's just like, hey, what are you doing?
That's how you are here in San Antonio.
Hey, what are you doing? You wanna golf? Like, it's 10 o'clock on a Wednesday. Okay, I'll be right there. But I love Vegas, and the golf is great out there. Yeah, it's a little bit expensive and everything, but I think that, when you're going to Vegas, most of the time it's a guy's trip or whatever, and you're going out there to just enjoy the company and, do some gambling, do whatever. You're going to eat good. The golf's going to be great. And it's just going to be memories that you're going to create. I love it.
It's some of my best memories that I've forgotten have happened to me in Vegas, I think.
Yeah.
And I just think that town, it's just like, it's a breath of fresh air, bro. It's just, there's so much freaking energy, right? There's so much energy as soon as you get off the plane, and it's just, the golf, I think I love desert golf. I love desert style golf. And I think the only time we've played in a bad course was maybe a couple years back. They had recently sanded the greens, which it's kind of like just being here in San Antonio, right? Like it's every other freaking course is already, it's always sanded, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm so looking forward to playing some courses outside of San Antonio. I know you had the privilege of playing out in Florida, and how much of it is like such a big change, and like that you look forward to that change when you were playing outside of San Antonio?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's totally different. It's totally different golf. When you can go to a course and take divots on every shot, compress the ball and see a divot. You're not hitting off hard pan anywhere. I mean, it just makes golf that much more enjoyable.
It looks like we're going to have a couple of grudge matches while we're there.
Yeah. Hey, I got a new driver. So,
did you really?
Yeah.
What did you get?
Robert got me that new driver you guys just gave away with the FOREBROS. I got that same triple diamond Callaway.
I knew you would do it, dude. You're just.
Hey, honestly, that is
the first.
That's the first new club between my drivers, my woods, and my irons that I've gotten in a few years, which is probably the longest that I've ever went without changing up anything. Usually, every season, I'm like, oh, let me get something new.
Man, and I think you know what? I've seen a lot of guys play well with like older clubs, but you know what? I think there ain't nothing wrong with freaking updating that technology, boy. And I mean, we did. I want to thank my buddy. I don't know if I'm supposed to say his name. I want to thank my boy Chris Dingman. He's a Callaway rep who gave us a great deal on that driver that we're able to make some great money right there. And it was so freaking awesome because it was just straight cash, homie, straight profit for FOREBROS Tour. And so it was hard. It was hard letting go of it. I ain't gonna lie. I told Maya, I said, hey, Maya, here's $50.
Did Maya do good with it at what you call it?
Admission?
Admission?
Yes, dude. He shot like a 76.
Dang.
And he said he cleaned up in side bets. Like he cleaned up, like he won over $400 that day with that freaking driver.
Wow.
Like honestly, if I would have won it, I was going to
re-raffle
it.
There you go. If I was Maya, I would have re-raffled it too. I don't know.
That's what he told me. He says I'm gonna put it back up. I'm gonna put it back up on a raffle.
I did find it pretty comical. He said he was going to give away his old Cleveland driver he was using the last couple of
years. He was like using that when one of my boys, his name's Bobby, he still hits that like that Nike Sumo, that ping.
Oh god.
That Nike Sumo that makes that loud ass ping noise.
The worst driver ever created.
Oh, dude, you know what? I so wanted that driver. Here we go. Look, he told. Let's see. Okay. And EJ, he told me he only missed one fairway with that driver.
Well, that always happens the first round that you play with a new club. It's like, oh, this is greatest, and then 2 rounds later, you're like, what?
That's what I said too. I said, hey, bro, when you don't want it, I'll buy it back. I'll buy it from you.
Pretty soon that shaft is gonna change. He's gonna change the shaft out, and it'll rotate through the FOREBROS guys. It'll be about 7 times.
Bro, that Tenzi, it's that new Tenzi freaking stiff, dude. That's got that flat black finish on it.
Yeah.
Damn, that's sick. Is that the same shaft you got?
I do, but I'm putting my Tour AG shaft.
Sorry, bro. Hey, it's already out of style, bro.
Hey, I'll sell you that Tenzi. There you go.
No, just let me use it. I'll see if I like it first, and then I'll get it back to you. So as we talk about Vegas, right? What are maybe a couple of your favorite Vegas courses to play out there, that if for somebody that's never, maybe so many people of our boys, so many of our friends, and so many of our family have done Vegas, but not everybody has played golf out there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you think of Vegas golf courses, I think you can put them into 2 categories. You can put them into resort type courses, such as Valley High, which are amazing layouts, very easy. It's very player friendly, where you can shoot well on it and have a great time. Or you can play courses like Paiute or Wolf Creek or Shadow Creek, where it's just like you're like hoping to break 90 or 100 and you're struggling out there, but it looks amazing. The layout is crisp, but just the level of the course is just out of this world. So I think for me, I've played a lot out there. I played Bears Best, which is like a Arnold Palmer,
Jack Nicklaus
course, where he takes some of his, kind of just like a Tour 18, but all of the Jack Nicklaus.
Is that what it is? Because everybody, my dad has always told me to go out there and play, and I think the only reason I haven't made my way out there is because it's a little bit, I'd say, what is it, like 20, 30?
Yeah, like 20, 25 right? minutes off.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's the only reason why I haven't done it, because it's just been kind of a little bit too far in that Uber zone, you know what I mean, to try to get out there too.
Yeah, so that it is like a Tour 18 type. You're gonna see some holes that you'll be like, oh, I remember this hole, from this tournament or whatever. So Bears Best is great. Reflection Bay is another good one that's kind of out there a little bit, 20, 30 minutes out. That's great to play, but I mean Paiute, I mean Sun Mountain and Wolf Mountain, and what's the other one?
Yeah, no, you got it right. Yeah, you got it right.
There's three: Sun, Wolf,
yeah, that's it.
And Winter.
Or something? No, you got it. Sun, Mountain, and Wolf.
Sun, Mountain, and Wolf. Yeah, I mean that course is just amazing.
Yeah, they're Pete Dye courses, and I mean I'm going to tell you honestly, we've played them out there, and maybe because I was 3 sheets to the win, the other 2 times I played there, and I didn't really quite see a huge difference. That I feel like, hey, if you played one Paiute course, you've played them all, and I mean immaculate, great shape. What would you say is maybe kind of like an unheralded one that if somebody said, hey, maybe a little bit cost effective, affordable, that you would suggest to somebody out there that they would just, and they would also say that, hey, they would recommend it to somebody else.
So I haven't played a lot of cost effective courses. There is a
high society.
It's called Spanish Oaks. That I was there one year and we found a Golf Now deal that was pretty good, and I just called the course and they gave me a cheaper deal than the Golf Now one. I think that's a semi-public, semi-private course.
Semi-private in one of those HOAs, right?
Yeah, and it was great. But there's another course right on the border of Vegas and California, or of Nevada and California, in Prim, called Prim Country Club or whatever. They have 36 holes, or it might even be 72, but it's just out in the middle. It's like its own little oasis out there, and probably $50-$60 to play out there, and it's just like a hidden gem. We used to go when we were coming from Vegas. We would stop there and play before we got into Vegas. It's probably about 40 minutes out, just past or just before. There's like another big casino right before you get to Vegas over there, but that's a great one too. I think really the only ones that I haven't played that actually when we go this time, I'm going to work up I got to get my next tier on my MTM card is Shadow Creek, because that is an MTM owned operated course. So I think
I'm waiting for you. If you stay there, it's only like $575.
Yeah, but I mean,
you got to stay at the win. You got to stay at the win, though. You got to stay at the win.
Well, some people have been able to play for 350, 400. So I know it's possible.
It's out there.
But Shadow Creek and then the Wind. I've never played the Wind either. I mean, that course, I've seen it on the match. When Brooks and Bryson played, it just looks amazing too. And it's right there. Like you can't beat it.
I took a picture right outside of the gates. And I said, really? and I sent it to one of my buddies who played it already. I said, this is probably about as close as I'm going to come to ever playing this course. And he told me, and I'm still waiting for it. He goes, don't worry, Andy, you and me will play that course one day. And I said, fuck, I don't want to be like 80 years old and I'm playing that course.
Dude, that's like everything. Like you go to the Wind and you go to Encore right there. It's just everything looks like it's just worth millions and millions of dollars.
Gosh, amazing.
Different level of quality over there. And it's just like, I need to play that course.
I agree. One of my, and I'm saying agree with you because, man, I do. I freaking you got me jonesing over here, bro. Like I cannot wait for this trip. Like my wife was already like, hey, aren't you going to Vegas this week? And I'm like, is it this week? I said I was freaking out straight up. I was freaking out thinking that it was this week, but no, it's next week. Even during Fiesta. And I said, you don't mind me leaving during Fiesta? And she goes, no, I got star testing, so you go without me, because I really was trying to get her out there, and I really want to thank our boy Mike Ayala, who's kind of helped us in regards to like getting our room set up and everything out there, which is, taking just a little bit of burden off of us financially, right? Which is badass. And where are we staying? Paris, right? We're staying in Paris. Yeah, we're staying in Paris. I've never stayed there. And I think a couple of my favorite courses out there and favorite tracks out there, I do really love Bali High. I think it's cool. It's got a great vibe. It's right there at the front of the strip. You see all the planes out there. You can see the, hey, welcome to Las Vegas sign. It's right out there in front of the strip. strip behind you, Luxor, everything, right? Badass. But I think if I have to kind of tell somebody, hey, if you want to go for a reasonable rate, I always say it's Chimera out there. They got Cassie, the cart girl, that pretty ass blonde, the cart girl, always talking shit about freaking hookers and strippers not tipping or whatever. Well, that's the course that she's the Bev cart girl at. And it was only, just like you said, on Golf Now, man, it was like 120, but I called the course. Hey, I'll get you in there. Range, green fee, cart, $67. I'm thinking, I said, man, this guy must know who I am. He knows the Manny Torres, for nothing is OB. And I was like, he had no fucking clue who the hell I was.
No, because they just know they're only going to get $60-$70 after Golf Now takes their fucking cut.
That's true, right? Yeah. So they kind of undercut them to where they're making their profit, right? And so it's Chimera. It's about 10 to 15 minutes off of the strip. Great track. Got some water, some palm trees, desert golf. Amazing. And the last time I was there, man, I played with two guys from Texas. So it was like, man, small freaking world.
Nice. Yeah, I think one of the other courses that comes to mind that I haven't played out there is Cascada.
Yeah, Cascada. I heard that one was a great track.
I think I've seen that one when the foreplay guys played out there one time, and I was like, damn, this was awesome.
Lexington and Concord was pretty badass. The courses out there, Lexington and Concord. No, I'm sorry. It was the Revere. That was the name of the course, the Revere. Yeah. And the course's names are Lexington and Concord, which I thought was badass. We played Lexington, and it had all these like little cannons and shit, like Revolutionary War, which was amazing. So, what's probably the biggest thing right here, Mike, as we finish up, as we wrap everything up tonight? What is probably the thing you're most excited about or looking forward to going to Vegas for a golf trip? I mean, besides the debauchery.
I wonder if my girl's watching right now. Honestly, this is a pretty large group from what I've told that's getting ready to go out there. So just networking or meeting new people that are going to be there that I haven't met through FOREBROS or whatever is going to be awesome. And then, yeah, I can't wait to gamble.
No, man, I'm trying not to gamble online because I'd been in a slump, but I said, you know what? Let me go and lose that money in person.
Yeah, I'm liquidating some of my swag stuff right now. So
yeah, I know that, man. Shoot, you're
more extra spending cash.
You're over there on the corner, freaking, selling your swag stuff like it's hotcakes.
I actually I went and stopped down at Ben's shop at San Pedro, and I had dropped off a brand new set of those Cobra 1-length irons that I won for like $40 online in like some raffle. And I dropped them off. I was like, hey, can you try to sell these at some point? He was like, I could try. You're probably not going to sell them for a long time. And I went in there to drop those new wedges that I got to get shafts put on them. And he was like, oh, hey, somebody bought those wedges or those irons like a couple weeks ago. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. And he looked at his system. He's like, oh, they sold for $550. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, more spending money for Vegas. So
I don't want to talk about that guy. I'm meeting a new guy.
Honestly,
I'm meeting a new guy on Friday.
I was gonna needle you a little bit, but he came back. I was gonna take a picture of the his little kiosk thing right there that didn't have your sticker on there no more. But I was like, no, I don't want to do that to my bestie.
I don't. You know what? I'm meeting I've met somebody new. I'm meeting with them on Friday.
Yeah.
To see if they can take care of all of my club needs. I'm gonna see. So I'm really interested. To see that. Hey, I think this is gonna work out.
Hey, he did when I got told him what shafts I wanted, he was like, oh, hey, come look over here and tell me which ferrules you want on there. And I thought of your ferrules that you have on your iron right there. I was like, oh, these are nice.
Mm-mm. He's dead. No. To me. He's dead. He's dead to me, man. He's dead to me. He's like Crucito. He's dead to me. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in and joining the show. We really appreciate it. Hey, we'll be back. Hopefully we'll have a show next week, I guess. I mean, we're leaving
today. It's gonna have to be an early one, yeah.
It's gonna have to be early, but that's oh shoot. No, that's right. Hey,
if Tuesday we're playing at Lackland.
That's right. Okay, it's gonna probably be Monday and Tuesday. Update. Our lady runners out at the American Athletic Conference, they fell short of getting that victory. They finished in 5th place, but congratulations to Abigail Bonce, I think Bonce, I think that's her last name. She did, one of the Lady Roadrunners, she did take first place individually.
Nice.
Our girl Cameron, she battled from not maybe having she didn't have a great second round. She had a 76 in the second round, which kind of undid her a little bit. But
I don't like it when I shoot 76 in the second round either.
I mean, that was after shooting a 67. So you know what, or 69. So so I might get her on the show next week. And so we'll see. Hopefully the odds are looking in her favor to getting another berth to the NCAA regionals as an individual. All right, Mike. Thanks so much for joining on the show, brother. Hang on real tight if you wouldn't mind.
All right, brother.
Hey, guys, thanks so much, guys, for joining the show and all your support. We really appreciate you chiming in and supporting the podcast. Hey, guys, make sure you check out my new website. I've been working on it. It's www.nothingisob.com. All right, check it out. We got all types of stuff there. It's still a little bit under construction, but we got some stuff out there for you, and make sure you check it out because we have info on our FOREBROS, what I've been up to, where the podcast is going, and that's how you support the podcast. And my most recent episodes are on there as well, and you can backtrack them as well on iTunes, Spotify, or her radio. Special thanks to my presenting sponsor, FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again. If you don't have a home, FOREBROS Tour has a home for you. Make sure you check us out on Unknown Golf, Facebook, and also there is a tab on my website on nothingisob.com to check out our schedule and our updates. Hit us up. Never golf alone again. And also, I'd like to say a special thank you and a word out from my gold sponsor, Brad Ishins with Metal Stacks. Make sure you hit up my boy Brad Ishins with Metal Stacks. It's a precious metals collectors club. Make sure you reach out to Brad at 210-274-5894 and text Nothing Is OB. Also, you can visit his website, www.msbrad.com, for more info on precious metals and collecting. All right, guys, that's the show. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure check out the podcast. Make sure you check us out on all different types of social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm everywhere out there. Facebook. Remember, guys, in the game of life, nothing is OB.